don't get what I want, I get what I need. Every single day I'm heading off to my dream, and I get everything that I damn well please. I don't give a damn if you all listening to me, cause I run it. I'm the only one that really want it, I'm the only one that's really on it. I'm just being honest, I'm just doing everything I promise, cause I want it bad enough that I'ma make it as an artist. And I know I'm not the smartest, and I know I'm not the largest, but I promise you that I'ma be the one that worked the hardest. Cause I promise you that I'm just getting started, and I promise you that my skills are getting sharper. So I'ma get charted, can't be guarded. Nah, I'm the one to get retarded, get the party started.
Hey guys, I'm working the part. Psych. We're really doing this again. You guys know that 58.9% of you aren't subscribed. Like, what's going on? It's so easy. And look, here's a clip right now if you don't believe me. Anyway, there's going to be a clip the entire part probably. But anyway, you guys are going to have 5 seconds to like, subscribe, and comment down below, done it. If you comment down below, like, subscribe in that 5 seconds, or you have bad luck for the rest of your life. Other than that, I hope you guys do enjoy the video, and yeah, let's get into it. Hey guys, and welcome to part 2. What if Deku was a vampire king? Last time we left off was a good place to leave. But before we get into where we left off, it's gonna be the like goal, which is gonna be 50 likes actually. I know you guys can hit that. And you're gonna have to subscribe, get me to 10k before September. It's probably not gonna happen anymore, but a man can dream. Anyway, hope you do enjoy this what if, and remember, if you want to see more of it, hit the like. Or other than that, let's get into this. Last time we left off, All Might was about to bring up if Deku wanted to be his successor, but before that happened, the explosion with the slime villain happened. So Deku jumped over there, and he managed to get Baku out the slime villain and beat the slime villain down, and awaken more of his powers, a black flame that burnt up the slime villain, and then finally a weird energy that expelled from Deku, and it burnt up and it disintegrated the slime villain. And then All Might asks about his quirk, and Deku says, "What can I say? I'm the Vampire King." Anyway, now we're gonna go to the All Might and Deku. All Might asks Deku to take over his quirk, and Deku says, "Why should I? Why? I don't need it." And All Might says, "But it will help you be powerful. A better chance of being the #1 hero." And Deku thinks about it for a second and accepts. He swallows All Might's hair, and due to his vampire digestus, and that being part of human DNA, it gets like digested straight away, meaning that he gets wonderful straight away. Power explodes off him, and he's like, cool. He 100% smash. He hits it without doing anything. All Might shocked, thinking Deku's about to break his arm. Then he sees nothing. He's like, you can use it 100% without any drawback. And Deku's like, cool. Wait, but that was meant to be a drawback. Should have told me that. And then Deku says, being super smart, he says, well, I don't know, just picture my entire body, and he disappears in a flash. It's like, I do like this. It makes me a lot more powerful. Thanks, All Might. And All Might's just shocked. So in the 10th month, Deku masters more of his powers. He gets his pure vampiric form, where his cloak appears. He has his fangs, his claws, but he has perfect control of his powers. He also learns that he can use telekinesis, like move stuff with his mind, read people's minds, and of course compel people. We all know that. And Deku discovers more abilities which we'll learn later, but one of them was called blood curdling. Deku can heat up the blood in someone's body just by looking at them, to the point where they pass out from pain or die. Anyway, let's go to the UA entrance exam. When it happens, Deku aces the writing exam, then they're at the part where they're learning about the robots. Deku's muttering, but a bit less than the original, and Leader tells him to shut up, and Deku compels him to sit down, shocking Bakugo. And All Might wondering what that kid's quirk is. I mean, President Mike was asking what that kid's quirk is, but he couldn't get told. Then we go to the robot exam. Uraraka tries to come speak to him, and Deku speaks to her like a normal person until Leader tries telling her to leave him alone, and Deku just tells him to butt out of his business. And Leader gets a bit shocked but walks off. When the exam begins, Deku flies past everyone, including Leader. Not fly, like speeds past them. Leader's shocked wondering what his quirk is. When the first robot appears, Deku jumps over it, and Leader's confused. Then he sees a weird like red smoke cover the robot. Only a slight thing, and then it crushes it. That was Deku's telekinesis. Then he uses one fall, 20%, and disappears in another flash, speeding up and going around smashing the robots easily. That's when some bigger ones appear, and Deku's claws appear, and he cuts through them. And he jumps in the air, and about 20 robots underneath him, and he shoots a big fire blast, burning them all up, melting them. Deku is so far accumulated about 2,000 points, breaking the record easily, due to how fast he is. And due to this, the other students not getting enough points, they're sending far more robots. And that's when the 0-point robot arrives. As everyone's fighting the other ones, they try running away, until Deku sees Uraraka. She's the one who actually talked to him, so he dove towards her and grabbed her leg and healed it. And he looked up and he chucked her away, trying to get her in safety. He jumps up, tears through the foot that was about to stomp, and now he's in a bit of a blood rage. He forced himself into it, so he's far stronger, and he just passes through the robot. He slams through it and he turns back around, and the energy that disintegrates things come out, and he blasts the robot, disintegrating it. Now the exam ends, and everyone's wondering what Dekus Quirk is. He tells them it's Vampire King, and he shows off his fangs, and they're like, "Whoa!" And Deku says to everyone that sorry he was being rude, was just really focused, and he looks at Ida and doesn't say anything. I mean Ida. And I'm sorry, I heard something out my window. And then we go to the next week. Deku's got his acceptance letter from All Might, told he got to set the new record, and he gets sent to 1A. When he walks into class, Bakugo rushes over and asks him how he is, not being rude. He completely ignores Ida, who's trying to get him the feet of his desk. And Ida walks over, and Deku's eyes start glowing, scaring Ida a bit, and he apologises. Deku releases his eye glow, and he says, "It's fine." And he says, "We all want to get in a seat, the teacher's waiting." And he looks at the desk. Deku has super high senses, including smell. He can smell the blood inside Aizawa. Aizawa was impressed and said, "You could sense me, huh? Good. You heard him, class. Get to your seats. You took way too long." Oh, there's the daily notifications. And they get in the seat. And they get told about the test. And Moime tries saying it, and Deku finishes her sentence and says, "Why would we waste our time when we want to be heroes going over an assembly telling us how good we are? Heroes shouldn't be doing work for the praise, they should do it to help people." And Momo blushes a bit, thinking, "Oh, she corrected me." And oh, for God's sake. And Deku goes outside. Since he got first in the course, he gets told to go first. Deku starts using his Vampire Quirk only, and Aizawa tries to deactivate it, but he can't. Deku gets over 20,000 meters, and it nearly broke the atmosphere. And Aizawa could tell he was holding back. He tells Deku to not hold back. And he's wondering what Dekus Quirk is. Then he used One for All 100%. He throws his arm, he wants his arm backwards. Aizawa tries to cancel it and sees he can. He says, "Wait, he has 2 quirks." And Deku tells him to uncancel it and closes his eyes at Aizawa, compelling him. And Aizawa's confused how he did that. Aizawa's still in control, he just can't use his quirk for the moment because Deku compelled him not to use it. Deku powers up 100% and throws the ball, busts through the atmosphere, and it causes a sound wave, blowing everyone back a bit. Everyone's shocked, and Deku gets first in everything. And with that, Aizawa asks him to give him back his quirk, and Deku says, "Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot." He removes the compulsion, and Aizawa says, "What is your quirk?" Deku says, "Vampire King. I can basically mind control people. I just need to glare at them." And Aizawa thinks he's like Shinso from the social studies class. No, he doesn't. He only needs to look at them. And Deku says, "And I can basically do whatever I want. They can still be in control if I let them, but I can basically make it so they can't move or they can't use their quirks. And my quirk can't be cancelled either." And Aizawa said, "What about your other one?" Deku smiles a bit and says, "You figured it out, huh?" And Aizawa's like, "Yeah." Deku pauses and compels him. Says, "You can never tell anyone about what you know." And now Aizawa's like, "Okay." And Deku says, "Put it to the test. Try telling some of the students about my quirk." Aizawa tries and realises he can't even mutter the words. He's like, "That's really useful. You could compel villains to like go back and get information for you and be forced to give it back to you." And Deku's like, "Yep." Aizawa's impressed. Then the next day we do the hero versus villain training. And the teams are Bakugo, like the normal teams in the canon. And it starts. Deku tells Yurika his plan, and she agrees. And she lets Deku distract Bakugo. When Bakugo appears, he still does the same in the original, but he's a bit cautious. He flies towards Deku and still does his normal large right hook. Deku grabs it and flips him, just like the original, but the flip was a lot harder, it breaks the ground. And before where Bakugo would just straight up normally, he's more smart now. He uses explosion to launch himself back at Deku and tackles him. And when Deku lands on the ground, he wraps his arm around Bakugo's chest and spins, slamming Bakugo in the ground and squeezes. We can hear one rib slightly crack. With the training that Bakugo and Deku did, Bakugo's kind of got used to this, and he jumps backwards. And holds aside for a second till the pain subdues slightly. Then he flies towards Deku, and then uses explosion to bounce over him and launch a blast at Deku's back. Deku manages to spin around and uses 10% of one fall to use a gust of wind to blow the blast backwards. Bakugo's shocked. Deku's never been able to do that before. And then Bakugo with his hero costume uses... Deku doesn't have a hero costume from the UA, he has his normal cape, which has its own abilities. And Bakugo gets his gauntlet up and launches a blast at Deku. All Might yells him to stop, until he sees Deku with his own black flame. He launches it and it eats up Bakugo's one, and Deku makes it stop right in front of Bakugo. Bakugo's shocked. Where is this power coming from? He must have mastered it. This is where a truly surprising thing happens. Deku runs through his own flames and punches Bakugo. Sorry for that bang, guys. Everyone's shocked as his flames not hurt him. And that punch knocked Bakugo out, and Deku's using his super speed across speeds through the building up to Leader, where Uraraka isn't even there yet. And Deku jumps towards Leader and they start fighting. Deku's easily outspeeding Leader and he's just messing around with him, waiting for Chaka to get there, making sure he's okay. And then one of the special abilities Deku learned, his cape flies forwards and a chain comes out of it, like a chain made of weird material, and he wraps it around Leader, locking him up. He puts the tape on him and realises he's sank, and he speeds back to Bakugo, puts the tape on him and back in a millisecond. Everyone's shocked, and then Deku touches the bomb as soon as Ochako appears. He's like, damn it, I couldn't help. And everyone's impressed. The others go the same, and we go out of school. And Bakugo goes to Deku and says he's thinking about dropping out of UA, as he's clearly not been able to train properly like Deku has, and if he wants to be the number one hero, there's no point in competing with you in the same school. And Deku sighs. He says, fine, I'll give you a little boost, Kacchan. And this is something Deku's wanted to try. He tells Kacchan this is going to hurt slightly. Bakugo is going to hurt slightly. And Deku opens his mouth and bites down on his neck. Bakugo's eyes turn a lighter shade of red than Deku's do. Bakugo gets his own fangs, but they're not as sharp as long as Deku's. But they're similar length, but they're not as sharp. But Bakugo just feel power surging through him. And his hair, nothing happens to his hair, I'm joking. We all like his Pomeranian hair. And after Deku bites, Bakugo can feel a new power in him, and he likes it. Anyway guys, I hope you did enjoy. If you did, make sure you share with your friends, family, hit the like button, 50 likes, and subscribe, become a member down below, look in the description, follow, go subscribe to Custer and Headhunter, and yeah, peace out guys, bye.